Okay, guys, page 193. All right, let's go. Balanced argument writing features. So again, balanced argument is like when you are not biased, like you present a topic that has two opinions, all right? So there are two opinions for this topic, and you're presenting both of them in an equal way. Like you don't favor or you don't like one idea more than the other. Okay? So you're presenting it in the same way. Kind of like if you are. Okay, let's talk about or discuss junk food. Okay, fast food or junk food has some benefits and drawbacks, some good and bad things about it, right? So, what are the good things about junk food or like fast food? First of all, it's fast, right? You can just go to a restaurant, wait for 10 minutes only, and then you'll be presented with your food. It will be ready in 10 minutes, right? Okay, what else? Maybe it's easy, right? You don't have to do the actual work of like cutting your own vegetables or chopping stuff, and uh, yeah, you don't have to do it on your own. The third thing is probably, can you think of any like good things about fast food? It's cheap. It's actually cheaper. Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheaper than food that you do at home. Okay, but what are the bad things? There are so many bad things, right? And the first and most important one is that your health is more important than the taste of the food. It's not just because it tastes good, so it will be better for you, not automatically.
Too late for me.
Probably for you, that's it. Okay, but in general, the drawback here is health benefits, right? It has no nutrients in it. It's just empty calories. You're eating empty calories that will not affect your body in a good way. So, as I did here, I presented fast food or junk food in a balanced way. It means I am not biased. So, from my talk here, I talked about the good stuff and the bad stuff about it, right? So that means I don't favor one on the other. Like I don't prefer one and hate the other. I'm just saying facts and not opinions. So again, when we are doing this balanced argument writing, you have to give a lot of facts that will show if something is good or bad. All right, guys? Okay, let's now read the features together. And the first one is going to be clear thesis statement. Again, guys, you have to use all of the features in your writing. If you miss one of the elements, that means your writing is not complete. Okay? So please be aware of this. The first one is.
Mister, you're not sharing the screen.
I'm not?
Yes.
Okay, didn't share yet. Wait a sec. How about now?
Yes.
Great. Okay. You all have the book anyway. So, clear thesis statement. A thesis statement is the point of view. Like, what are the 2 points of view? What are the two ideas that you are comparing? Okay. Like, for example, guys, we can be talking about whether we should, students should sleep early or sleep late. So, in this discussion, if you want to do it in a balanced way, balanced means the two ideas will be equal, right?
I took it in my school.
Awesome, cool. All right, so if you talk about it in a balanced way, that means you'll present all of the benefits and all of the drawbacks. So, for example, you can't say in the advantages, you can't talk about three things, but in the disadvantages, talk about only one. No. If you will mention three good things, that means you have to mention three bad things in order to present it in an equal way. Hello, Lily.
Mister,
Yeah.
page what?
We are on page, let me see. Okay, yeah, page 193. So, Lily, we're taking balanced arguments, balanced writing. And in this kind of writing, you have to be unbiased. It means you have to stay to state facts in an objective way. That means you don't favor one part on the other. All right, like both sides should be presented equally. If you say two benefits, then say two drawbacks. If you say two good things, then say two bad things about it. So that your essay or your balanced argument should be equal, okay, in a balanced way. طيب, let's read the features now. First one is the opinions, okay, or the ideas. The thesis statement means the ideas. So a clear and concise statement that identifies the main argument or claim. So you have to mention the two ideas that you are comparing in a clear way. Like you can say, if you talk about should students be sleeping early or late? Let's say it like this. You can say, for example, there are many benefits of sleeping early for students. But on the other hand, there are many drawbacks to this matter too. So you're saying good things and bad things. This is like the two ideas and presenting them in the introduction in an unbiased, balanced way. Then we'll have to say evidence for each one by presenting some facts and evidence to back up or to prove your point. Okay, probably if we have expert opinions, what is expert opinion? If we mention a statistic, like some statistics or some quotes by famous people or important people, if you talk about something that can affect your health, maybe you can quote a doctor, right? If it's concerning learning, maybe quote a teacher or something like that. There should be logical organization. That means your essay or your balanced writing should be presented in paragraphs. How many paragraphs? About 5. About. Could be 6. Okay, could be less. But let's say about 5 paragraphs. Okay. Avoid bias. Bias اللي هو التحيز. يعني you shouldn't have bias against something. You should present, as I said again, and I restate that, the two ideas equally. Okay?
I
And the
don't
most
understand avoiding bias.
the last one, avoiding bias. Okay, like you should present the two sides of this argument in an equal way. Again, like if you say we're stating the good stuff and the bad stuff. If you state two good things, then you have to state two bad things about the same topic. Like remember when we were
Yeah, I
comparing
understand.
healthy food to fast food, okay? So whether we should eat fast food or not. So two good things is that it's cheap and it's fast. So on the other side, for the bad things, you have to mention two other things, that it's unhealthy and it's, let's say, addictive. Okay, so two good things and two bad things, or 3 and 3, 1 on 1, etc., etc. So avoid balance, it means be balanced. Okay? Type. The most important one for me here is the connective, the use of connectives. You have to use in this kind of writing a lot of connectives. And I'll show you how many I used here in this sample that we'll read together, okay? So what are connectives? Connectives are words that connect the ideas together. Like this one, on one hand and on the other hand. Like if you want to present two different opinions, okay? You say on one hand, something happens, and then on the other hand, the opposite thing happens. On one hand, it's very good because of this, this, and this. On the other hand, it's bad because of those things. You can use words like nevertheless, which means but, despite this, which also means but, to present two different or two opposite opinions or ideas. You can use furthermore, moreover, and in addition to, which all are equal to the word and. Okay? Can you get your pens, guys? Because we're gonna write very soon after we read the sample. So maybe you can write like and next to those words and write but next to the other ones. So nevertheless and despite this, both of these two words are equal to but, okay? Furthermore, moreover, in addition to, they're all equal to and. There are another way of saying and, so that you don't have to be repetitive. Okay, at the end, there is gonna be a paragraph for conclusion. Here, a strong conclusion should be there to summarize the argument. Like, write a summary of your arguments, of all of the ideas, and leave a lasting impression. But don't favor one perspective over the other. At the end, you're summarizing and you're concluding at the last paragraph. But don't say that you like one idea more than the other. Leave the readers to decide. You're just saying all of the facts that there are, and they will decide on their own. Okay? طيب. Now we'll move on to reading the sample. طيب. The first technique that you guys can use, and it's so easy, which is to use a question for the title. So first of all, use a question for the title. This is the easiest way to make a balanced argument title. Why? Because if you write your opinion, okay, you will be against the other opinion, right? Against the other idea. Remember, again, we are comparing two opinions, okay? One against two. If you mention the first one, so if I want to talk about junk food and healthy food, so if I write this title, for example, the benefits and drawbacks of junk food. Okay. Will this be okay for me to use? It might be just okay, but it will be better if I just turned into a question, because I didn't even mention healthy food here. Okay? So either mention both of them in your like title as a sentence or something, or just turn it into a question. Which is better, junk food or healthy food? See, it's very balanced. Like the one who will read my title will spot that I understand how to write a good balanced argument. All right? Easiest way, just make a question. Okay? Now, let's move on to the introductory paragraph. Oh my gosh. Okay. Again, it's not working. I don't know why. It's not going to work if I don't do it this way. There's something wrong. Okay, cool. Art and music have been an integral part of education for a long time. You can just remove this word integral if it like bothers you. So art and music have been a part of education for a long time. Some people argue that these subjects should not be taught at school. However, others firmly believe that art and music are essential for a well-rounded education. So here I present the two ideas. Some people think it shouldn't be taught at school, while the others think that it should be taught at school, right? Great. So I mentioned both of the two ideas, which is the clear thesis. So here I used the first feature, which is the clear thesis statement. How come? I stated both of the two ideas that I am going to compare in a clear way, that the reader now knows what am I comparing. Like, should we teach art and music at school or should we not? Okay, now I'm going to say or talk about the good things about teaching them at school. On one hand, so this is the first connective, see? Remember the connectives that link the paragraphs and sentences together? So on one hand, proponents of teaching art and music in schools argue that these subjects help the students express themselves creatively. Like if the students get taught the art and music at school, they will be very creative, okay? And they will have imagination, which is a good thing. When children paint, draw, or play musical instruments, they learn to communicate their feelings, all right? And ideas in a unique way, in a good way, in a different way. This nurtures, this grows their imagination and creativity, which are valuable skills that can benefit them in various aspects of life. Good. So in the first paragraph, after the introduction, which is this one, I stated the positive things, right? What if I have some more ideas that are positive, that are good ideas about teaching the art and music at school? I can just use another connective to link the first paragraph to the other paragraph. So remember, you have to use logical organization, which means what? Distribute your ideas into paragraphs. So don't link those two paragraphs together to make a larger paragraph. No, split them. have two shorter paragraphs. It's gonna be better this way. We call this logical organization. This is the second thing that was used here. Okay, like write it in paragraphs that includes introduction, body, and then conclusion. Okay, great. Third paragraph. Moreover, a balanced education encompasses a mix of subjects, including art and music. A holistic learning experience involves engaging with a variety of disciplines, like to have a complete overview. Yes, Esther, do you have a question?
Yes, what does encompasses mean?
Encompasses, it like has or contains. Okay, so for you to have a complete kind of education, you have to have a mix of subjects, like many subjects together, and from them, of course, with them the art and music. So art and music provide students with a break from academic pressures. That's another good thing, right? It can give you a break from studying the harder subjects, allowing the students to recharge their minds, to think in a clear way, because these subjects tend to be easier. Okay, it's not about studying, but actually about practicing. So it's okay, and approach the studies with renewed focus. So it will renew your focus. Furthermore, that's another connective, right? Furthermore, these creative subjects can also help students develop problem solving skills. So, in this other paragraph, I am stating more and more benefits, good things about studying art and music. And boost their self confidence, for them to have self confidence, which can be valuable in all areas of learning. Type. When I mention, on the other hand, what do you think I'm going to talk about? Is it going to be similar ideas or opposing ideas?
Opposing ideas.
Definitely opposing ideas, right? Like opposites. Okay, so on the other hand, critics argue that teaching art and music in schools might not be the most practical use of limited time and resources. So the people who are against it, Adam, can you please stop the noise? Thank you. So some people say that students don't have unlimited time at school. They have very limited time. So they must like cut the unnecessary things down for them to benefit from like the overall like time at school. So it says school schedules are often packed with various subjects, and and there might not be enough time to fit in dedicated art and music classes, or else they have to extend the time at school. Okay, that's why some schools like have longer schedules, so students have to stay in the class like until like 3:30 or like even later than this. Schools also need to allocate funds. They also need a lot of money because the musical equipments are like very, very expensive to buy for a school. For essential resources like textbooks and technology, making it challenging to prioritize learning art and music programs. It's not that cheap, also. So, those are, as you can see, some negative things about the art and music teaching. Another point of concern, okay, that's another connective to connect the first paragraph to the second one about the negative overview of teaching art and music. As you can see, as we're going with this, we had two paragraphs, two body paragraphs for the positive things and two body paragraphs for the negative things, right? And then a conclusion paragraph. So that's a total of like 6 paragraphs, right? I told you that the average is going to be 5, but you can do 6. It's okay. But there should be an equal amount of paragraphs or writing for the positive and the negative parts. So again, let's see and calculate. So this is one paragraph that's negative. This is the second part that is negative. So 2 negative ones. And also here, this one is positive, and this one is also positive. ends here. So there are two positives, two negatives. As you can see, it's equal. So this achieves our supreme goal here, which is to write a balanced argument. In this way, it is actually balanced because both sides are presented in the same way. Both sides had the chance to be introduced. Now, let's read the conclusion that summarizes everything up. Okay, in conclusion, the debate on whether art and music should be taught at school is a nuanced one. It's like something that is new. Okay, it's not like it wasn't an old concern or an old problem. It's just started to happen. While proponents are the people who are with, emphasize or show the benefits of creativity and balanced education for an improved academic performance. These are the good things that the people say about. But critics, which are the people who think it's bad, all right, express concerns about time constraints and individual interests. To strike a balance, so to make it balanced, let's turn this into a column. Schools could consider offering art and music as selective options. So these should be like selective options, like the students who want to do them should select these classes. So it's optional. Ensuring that students have the opportunity to explore these subjects while also pursuing their other academic interests. This way, students can receive a diverse and enriching education that supports their overall growth and development. Cool, awesome. This really sums up all of the ideas here, all the positive and the negative ones. So let's try to write one together about, let's say about the topic that we have been discussing about junk food and healthy foods. Should we? All right, now let's see. I'll tell you what page to open. Yeah, just the next page, okay? Page 195.
Are we gonna write it now?
Yeah, we're gonna write it now.
Master,
Yeah, honey, yeah, go ahead.
in this page, I wrote the fantasy.
Oh, I understand. Okay, no problem. Can you use like a different... If your book has an empty page like on the left, you can use it. Does it?
Okay.
Yeah, because for some of
Yeah.
you it does, but for some others it doesn't. If you don't have any empty space, then you can use any other notebook or something around to write in.
Okay.
Are you all ready now?
But the handwriting will be like up or down because there is no lines.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, no problem. Everybody ready? Type, let's get started. Type, let's
Yes.
first, before we start writing, I want you guys to review with me or tell me some of the most important features that you remember. Only the important ones. Don't read, just from your mind, what you remember. I need some features. Tell me what are the features of this
Conclusion
kind of
and
writing.
connective.
Connectives, of course, the most important one. What else?
Rhetorical questions.
We can use, but this is like from the kinds of devices that you can
adverbial.
use.
Fronted adverbial.
A what? Again?
Fronted adverbial.
Adverbials. All right, sure, yeah.
Logical organization.
Logical evaluation, which is like the conclusion. All right. Okay, but
Formal
also
language.
remember, so, formal language, thank you. So the most important features for this kind, which is the balanced argument, are formal language. Okay, so we're writing and to compare between two things. So we should use formal language. It's not friendly talk. That's first of all. Second of all, we should use or present facts, right? So in this way, this means that we're going to use the present tense, not the past, nor the future, just the present tense. Okay, guys? So formal language, facts, and use the present tense. You must use connectives as we said. What are examples of connectives?
Me?
Yeah, anyone. Like
On the
however,
other hand,
like however, although, furthermore.
moreover,
Yeah, moreover,
Furthermore.
furthermore, etc., etc. Yes, exactly. Those are the most
Furthermore.
important ones. I will send you this, guys, after class. So when you're writing like this is gonna be your checklist. You have to check that you have used these three most important features. Okay, let's start now to write. Over here. Yeah, in the middle. Come on. So we're writing about junk food, okay? Whether it's good or bad to eat junk food. Suggest a title for me. Yeah, we need a good title.
junk food is unhealthy.
Okay, so that means this is not balanced. If I just write junk food is unhealthy,
Should we eat junk food for and against?
Should we eat junk
but you guys
food or
understand?
The
You guys
difference
understand the
between
point I
junk
made
food
here?
and
If I just say, just a sec, if I just say junk food is unhealthy, this is not balanced. It means I don't like junk food.
And healthy. And healthy.
Then you'll be lying. We don't want to lie too, okay?
Should we eat
Why?
junk food?
Do you remember I told you to use a question? This is the easiest way to appear unbiased.
what's the difference between?
Okay, yeah. Or is junk food healthy or not? That's it, right? It means you're just deciding. You want to decide, so you will be comparing. It shows actually it makes the reader anticipate or wait that you are going to compare these two things. All right. So is junk food healthy or not? Okay, great. Now let's begin. Okay, in the introductory paragraph, we want to just let the readers know that we are going to compare between these two ideas. Okay? So what should we start with? You can look at the sample that I wrote here. I said in this one that these have been a part of education for a long time. Some people argue that they are good. Some others believe they're bad. What about here? You can say junk food has been around for many decades.
100 decades.
Or for a long time, yes. Food has been around for a long time, for many decades. So I just started with the fact. All right? Oh. All right, great. So we just start with the fact first. Then we have to mention the two sides of the argument. Okay? Can you guys suggest something to write? And try to think about.
On the other hand,
not yet. We can use this in the body paragraphs.
some people think
What about an
junk
expert
food is
opinion?
healthy.
What about an expert opinion? Some scientists or some doctors, all right? Some researchers, some people, just to keep it simple and easy. No problem. Some people think that it's no, it is. We
I'm gonna go drink
we don't do
water.
any abbreviations or contractions. Like I can't write it like it's. This is not formal. Remember, we have to write in a formal way, not in an informal way. Okay, so it is very comfortable to just or just to buy fast food. Okay, while some others think or believe that it is very unhealthy. Okay, let me just make this smaller a little bit. Are you done, guys?
No.
Yes.
Okay. If you're done, think about something else to write. Share your opinions. So you can just say that it has benefits and drawbacks, right? You can say
Yes.
it is very clear that junk food.
We used we used word very a lot.
Yeah, okay, fine. This is it goes back to the person who is writing. Everybody has like a favorite group of words that they just use all over. Okay, but you can use it in a different way. It's crystal clear. Why, what about that? It's crystal clear that junk food is. I'm trying to simplify it. That junk food is or has many or various um, benefits and drawbacks. I think that's good for introduction. So
Yes,
after you
sir.
finish, yeah,
Can I just go drink water?
sure.
Still, I forgot to skip lines.
Um, okay. Next time, just try to remember, right? Okay, we're done now with the introductory paragraph. Now, think of the ideas that will be positive first. We'll always like to start with the positive part about it, the good things about it. Just be imaginative, like unleash your imagination. Of course, you all have tried fast food, so and you know how delicious it could be and how like fun it could be to eat out. So yeah, let's hear your ideas first. Yeah, guys, go ahead.
Still, right, the first one.
The I know. Just tell me now your ideas if you have got any. Okay.
Okay.
Yalla, tell me. Okay.
Tiring to make.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, I'll just call names and you guys will tell me some ideas to write about. Let's start with Maha. Any ideas about
Williams.
positive or benefits of junk food?
I'm thinking now. I don't have.
You can say it's comfortable, right? It's fast, cheap, delicious. I've basically said them all, right? Can you create a sentence like to start the new paragraph? Okay, the first paragraph, the first body paragraph. Here is a hint I will give you guys. The easiest way to start it is by saying on one hand. On one hand. It means on one side, yani. Okay?
Mister, you have to skip 2 lines.
Ah, yeah, we will. Let's move this here. Exactly, yes. So on one hand, it means on one side, we'll now talk about the positive things. Junk food
On one hand,
offers.
junk food make people very fat.
That's negative thing. We're talking about positive things first, okay?
Oh no.
All right,
Okay.
no problem. So junk food
Can
offers
enjoy it.
an an easy alternative to cooking food by oneself at home. Okay, so it's an easy like alternative or like an easy option instead of cooking food by oneself, like by yourself at home. The fun of eating out with your friends or beloved family members appeals. Appeals means it's attractive. It's an attractive idea. Appeals to many people. Okay, so that's like one of the positive paragraphs about fast food or junk food. You will have to write another body paragraph that has also some good things about junk food. And then two more body paragraphs that talk badly or in a negative way about junk food. And at the end, you write a conclusion. So, guys, after you finish writing this, after class, you will reread the sample again, the one I wrote about art and music, remember, at school. And you will try to replicate it, but about this topic. You'll follow the same procedure, the same steps to apply it to your writing about junk food. Okay? So this is homework one. This is the first homework. So guys, I'll give you like a minute again to like finish writing this one. To move on to the fiction genre. We still have fiction, okay?
I finished writing.
Awesome. Okay, or yeah. You finished Nadine, right?
The last word.
Oh, okay. Type. I'll send you guys this anyway. I'll send it to Mr. Hand to send you guys. So it doesn't matter if you finish writing these now. We'll just have to move on now to the fiction genre, and let's now check what things did we finish and what things we did not. Okay, let me see. Just print this page. This is 196. There we go. 196.
Mister, the call is about to end.
Oh, okay. If it does, I will send you another link and you will join right away, okay? What's taking so long? Come on. Okay, fine. I can just do it later. Type. I'll move on to. Come on. Why is it frozen? My computer just froze now. What's wrong with it? Okay. Page 70. Here we go, guys. Oh yeah, by the way, about the quiz, just to let you know, many guys had monthly quizzes or like midterm exams in the last week, right? Many of
Like
you
me.
guys had, yeah. That's why the quiz is delayed until tomorrow. So now I think everybody has finished all of their tests and exams, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so starting from
I
tomorrow,
still didn't finish.
you still didn't finish. Okay, but we're in a weekend, so I think you can have. It's gonna be about the same topics we had before. Okay, about the punctuation and sentence structure techniques, the sentence length, and active passive voice stuff like that. It's not gonna be hard at all. Okay,
I
compared
don't
to the
have already the link of the quiz.
you didn't what?
I don't have the link.
Yeah, I didn't send it yet because many of you like already had were busy with stuff and tests. So I'll send it today. Mr. Han will send it to you today. So it's gonna be available today and tomorrow.
Okay, I will.
Okay, you can do it during the weekend. Thank you, Mr. Han. Yes, great. Okay, so moving back to the genres that we have for nonfiction. There we go. Okay, for paper one, these are the different text types. We've got chronological, non-chronological report, biography, persuasive article. We did the persuasive writing before already. We finished it. We did the recount, and we did the balanced argument features. Great. So we did like how many here? 3. 3 out of 6. Good. Like half of the. Oh no, we have like some more. Didn't we do the review also? We did the review, and the persuasive leaflet is the persuasive
No,
writing.
we did not do the review.
We didn't do reviews? I think we did about the restaurant. You forgot, Adam.
We did.
We did it about the restaurant.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We
Yeah.
did it.
But we didn't do persuasive.
Honey, the
Yeah.
persuasive writing is when we read about the leaflet. I'll show it. I'll show it to you. Okay, but let's just make it. But anyways, we have so little left here. We just have the non-chronological report, biography, news report. That's for non-fiction, okay? But for fiction genres, we did the realistic fiction, right? We did the fantasy fiction. We still have the adventure.
And
Also the
horror
science
and
and the science fiction and the dystopian fiction. We didn't do it. Horror and mystery. Okay, why don't we start today with? Okay, just a sec. Why don't we start today with adventure fiction? Okay, adventure is so easy. It's basically very similar to. It's very similar to the.
Mister, can you do a new link because it's about to end?
It's about to end now. Okay, yeah. Actually, let's just leave and join again the meeting. I'll send you the
Mister,
new
I
link.
have a problem. I have a problem. My mama has her phone and she left. And
can I send it?
Nurhan will send the contract.
Who can I send it to, Yasser? Okay, tell me your phone number real quick. yalla.
Me.
Okay, tell me your phone number.
Okay, let me. ماشي.
Hmm.
01
Mhm.
55
Mhm.
5
Mhm.
8 9
Mhm.
2 1 1 2
Okay,
بس.
I already sent it to Miss Nurhan. All right, you can leave now.
Hello?
Hello. We're waiting for the others now.
So, you saw the new profile picture?
I did. Weird.
Stupid.
But okay. No comment. You don't
Yo.
have to tell us that all that it hurts, okay?
Okay. My classmate wanted to know though.
Okay. I think we're doing science fiction today. Like to start with the harder one today for to get it done.
No problem.
Yeah. Where are my people? There you go. Okay, guys, we're waiting for others to join. Let's give it like 1 minute more to just. We're waiting for others to join, so let's just give them a minute or so.
أدم عمر محمد.
Yeah.
5 people joined at the same time.
So, guys, I think we're doing science fiction today. So let's get the harder one finished to get it over with now that we have the time. Okay, starting with the science fiction. First, let's just read.
You didn't share your screen.
I did not yet. Yes, I will. Thanks for your nod. Okay, here you go. So, what is science fiction? In general, science fiction is a very unrealistic setting. So, your story must happen in an unreal place, like on a different planet, or by using teleportation, like it's like something that if you pass, like a door that you pass and you appear into a different place. That's weird. Under maybe like in space with robots. It could be on Earth, but with robots, or it could be a dystopia. Let me explain to you what is a dystopia. Okay, science fiction. Those are the main features of the science fiction. It's like this is the checklist of stuff that you can use in your writing. First, time travel. It could use time travel, like a person who's gonna travel to the future, okay? Like in a future time on Earth, where there is gonna be like AI and robots controlling stuff. Teleportation. It means it's like a door that if you like, I'm very bad with drawing. I wrote it the other way. Anyway, it's like if you go through this door, so if you go out, you go to a different world, like a different place. Also, space travel. If you travel to space and live there, so I'm gonna provide you with many samples for reading about science fiction, in order if like some of you who don't have quite a bit of imagination, after reading these stories, you'll have a good idea of what is science fiction. An unfamiliar setting, something that is, or a place that is not real. Okay? Innovative technology, something that is new in technology, like a fridge that talks back to you. Okay? Like lamps, you can talk to them. Windows.
How's that scientific?
Yeah, kind of. But what about dystopia? Okay, dystopian fiction, the word dystopia is opposite to the word utopia. What is utopia and dystopia? Like, let's remove the S for now. This is for plural. So a dystopia is like another version of our world, but if it's like very damaged, okay? On opposed to the utopia. Utopia is the perfect place. Like if our Earth turns into a utopia, all people will love each other. Everything's gonna be okay. No bad people will live there. But the dystopia will be everything like is so bad or corrupted, and you can't do anything in order to fix it. Like for example, like imagine that a government that controls everything, okay, and they control the people and their lives. Like they make the people wear some kind of like gadgets, or like you have to wear an earphone, okay, and they tell you what to do every day, and there's like a routine and you can't skip it. In a dystopia, if you try to break the routine, the government will get you, or like the people who rule it will get you, and you'll be exterminated, so that life will go on and everything comes back to normal. Okay, it's like a very pessimistic way of looking about stuff that happened. Okay, yes, sir, joined too late. So those are the main themes or the main ideas that you can use in your science fiction story, okay? Let's get back to this. So Yasser, you just joined now. We're talking about science fiction themes and ideas, and I just explained that you can use the time travel, teleportation, which means if you just come out of a door and you appear somewhere else. Space travel, if you travel to Mars, Jupiter, and live there and find aliens. An unfamiliar setting, innovative technology, if you can talk to technological devices. And dystopia, which is the bad world, like if the Earth is damaged, that will be a dystopia. You can talk about the last city on Earth, like after a disaster happened. Or a utopia, if everything is so good. These are two opposites. Okay, now in page 133 or 134, let's read more about science fiction. Okay, what is science fiction? Fictional stories that are based around scientific knowledge. So they are fiction stories, but they are based on scientific knowledge about space and technology. It relies heavily on scientific facts, theories, principles that support the setting, the characters, and the themes and the plot. So everything is just about the science, like and the technology. Many of the storylines and plots within pieces of science fiction are possible. So the things that we talk about in science fiction, they can be possible, but like in the future. These things can happen, but in the future. Like in the far future. Don't be afraid. Science fiction is usually futuristic, okay, and often presents alternative ways of life and living that are made possible by technological change. Let's see the 5 elements of science fiction. These are the 5 things that you can talk about. We already just have like encountered the main themes, but these are the elements. First, the setting, the place. We've talked about it, remember? Type, like in a different planet, in space, in a utopia or dystopia, in like the Earth after it was damaged, or in a perfect place. It's something that is not real anyway. Type, characters, they could be aliens, or time travelers, people who travel, who do time traveling, like travel to the future. Or heroic adventurers. There should be like an adventure into it. The plot is the things or the events that happen in your story. Centers around technological discoveries. It's all about like scientific stuff, discoveries, travel, and aliens and robots. Okay? We've talked enough about this. Now, writing the story itself. Okay, to make it easy for you to write your own story, first of all, find a hook. A hook is the perfect sentence starter, okay, to make the readers engaged to be able to read your story, to continue to read your story, okay? So you need a good hook to make the readers interested enough to continue to read your story. Plan only 1 or 2 interesting characters. I prefer to just use 1 because it increases the element of suspense. If you have like a family who are together, it's not gonna be, what's gonna happen? They're gonna protect each other, right? But if it's just one person on his own, it's like it creates more suspense. If something shows up, he can't like defend himself on his own. Pick a common science fiction theme. You just choose one of those, okay? Either space exploration, or aliens that invade the Earth, or advance in technology. One of these 3. Space exploration, like you're traveling by a rocket to go to outer space, to like a space station or something, and to explore. Or the aliens come to Earth to invade it, to take it. Or just robots taking over, which I think will happen very soon. Okay, these are like some keywords that can help you while writing your science fiction story. So please like check this page and memorize the meanings of those words. Use them, they're very useful. Or just open this page while writing your own story and then grab whatever you want, put it to make your writing better. Right.
Mr. What page is this?
This is page 136. Okay. Type. Now, let's write our own story, but after reading a sample. Type. I will share with you now a sample that you guys can read. It's opening now. There we go. Okay, this is the story of somebody called Harrison Bergeron. It's a short story, it's science fiction. Don't worry, it's not gonna happen to you. Okay, see those 2 people? They are his parents. They are Harrison's parents, George and Hazel. Okay, and as you can see, they are sitting in a perfect posture, right? Okay, Harrison Bergeron is a science fiction story that takes place in the future. Society has changed to end competition, to end the competition between people. Then the government handicaps people. Let me explain further so it's very clear to everybody. So God created us all different. Like some of us are taller, shorter, more handsome, less, more intelligent, write in a beautiful handwriting. So we're all unique. Everybody is different from the others, right? So the government here, الحكومة, they wanted to handicap, يعملوا إعاقة for some people who can't use their full abilities. For example, if you're very tall, so they will make you injure your knees or your legs so that you have a handicap. You must have, like, if this is like your one of your good things, then they must handicap it. يكون في إعاقة فيها. Like people who have very good eyesight, they will make them wear eyeglasses, and one of them is blocked, one of them is like black, so they can't actually see very well. So that you want everyone to be equal, and no one has like a superpower, or like to be not a superpower, but like to be different from others, to be better than anyone. Is it clear so far?
They couldn't change what God made us like.
Exactly, that's the theme of the story. That's gonna be in the conclusion. Okay? So, but the government there thinks this way. So they do this to people so they can't use their full abilities. There are mental handicaps that
They are
limit
racist.
people's intelligence. There are physical handicaps that limits people's physical abilities. So even the people who can think very well, if they think a lot, there's gonna be like an electricity that will shock them. They will be like, and then stop thinking. They will even forget about what they were thinking about. Okay, there are also handicaps to hide people's beauty. If somebody is very beautiful, they will cover their face with a mask. And if this mask is taken off, an alarm will beep and the police will come get you, you'll probably get killed. Okay, this is very dystopia. So it's a dystopian fiction where the government is controlling everyone. They think they are doing this for the good of people because they want everyone to be equal. Okay, this future
They failed.
They will fail, of course. It's unnatural. So this future society believes that if everyone is the same, there will be equality. They want equality and they want everyone to be the same, but this is like not correct. Let's see. The story takes place in 2081. The narrator explains that everyone is equal. No person is smarter, better looking, or stronger than another. There is an organization called the United States Handicapper General. They will call it later the HG, the Handicapper General. They are it's the part of the government that handicaps people. اللي بتعمل إعاقة للناس. It enforces, okay, by force. It enforces the equality laws. People who work for this organization are called the HG men. These are the people who do the handicaps. However, some things still aren't right. In April, the HG men took Harrison away from his home. Who's Harrison? The main character that we will know about later. But he was taken away from home. Harrison is 14 years old, and he is George and Hazel's son. He's the son of George and Hazel. While Harrison's arrest was a sad event, it was very sad that for George and Hazel, of course, they are the parents. George and Hazel can't think about it too much because when they use their mind to think, something stopped them, like a loud noise in their ears or like an electric shock comes in, and then they can't remember what they were thinking about. In their society, Hazel's intelligence is normal. So the woman's intelligence in this story is okay, meaning she can only think about one thing for a short period of time. But George, the father, his intelligence is above normal. So he is forced to wear a mental handicap radio in his ear. He has to wear like an earpiece or something inside his ear, okay? It is against the law to take it out. He cannot take it out. or else he will be doing something like a crime. The mental handicap radio sends painful sounds to George's brain. It keeps George from using his intelligence in a way that could be unfair to others. So if he uses his mind, he will think of like good things that he can do, but others can't. That's why the government wants everybody to be equal, to be stupid or like normal level of intelligence. Okay. George and Hazel are watching the TV. Hazel is crying, but she can't remember why. She was crying, but she can't even remember why because she can only think of one thing at a time. George is thinking, and then, exactly as you expect it to happen, mental handicap radio goes off. The alarm goes off in his ears. The loud sound makes his thoughts disappear. There is a very, very loud sound that goes into his ears, so he literally can't stop, like can't think about anything else. He just wants to stop thinking for it to stop. So I will send you guys this story. It's very interesting to read. I want you to read it and then turn this into a science fiction story that can be written in your book. Like, so this is the story plot. This is the summary of the story, okay? But you have to write it in your own way, in your own words. I want you to write the same one, okay? Don't write your own science fiction story. Write this one after reading it in 2 pages. You have to fill in the 2 pages, but do not copy, all right? I'll send you a copy of this story, the summary of this story, okay? And then you'll try to... Mr. Han will definitely tell you when to do the homework. Yeah.
How should I change it?
For example, you have to have a hook to start your story, right? You're not gonna say the story takes place in 2081. That's very boring, right? But you can start by saying, like, put yourself in the story, okay? Imagine that you are one character in the story. Maybe you are Harrison, or maybe you are George. Like, for example, you can start the story this way.
Should we do it first or third person?
Do it in third person, definitely. Try, okay,
First?
or it's optional. Here it's optional. So if you do it from the
Did
first
we
person,
finish?
it's optional. Whatever you want is okay here, okay? It's not a rule like you have to do it in first or third. No, in science fiction, it can be both, okay? Let's try the first person, okay, Lily? So you can say the news about the arrest of my son, Harrison, came like a shock to me. So this could be the beginning, right? You're telling us that you are like the father and your son was arrested and his name is Harrison. And then you go on with the story. You just try. Once you just write like a few lines, the story will basically write itself. But you have to read the sample first. You have to read this first, okay? Before writing your own. All right, so today you have homework 1, which is nonfiction, the balanced argument. Read the sample also first before writing it, obviously. And homework 2, which is the science fiction writing, which is about this dystopia. All right, we're done for today. You can say if you have more questions. Okay, great. You can say if you have more questions. Guys, the quiz will be, the quiz link will be sent to you. Mr. Han will send it today. I don't know when exactly, but it will be available today anyway at night, okay? And you have today and tomorrow to do it. Right, see ya. Bye-bye.